What's up, everybody? Happy pre-Thanksgiving. Welcome to Fire and Ice Combat Sports Podcast Show on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network and MiamiSportsMusic.com on YouTube and Facebook Live. First of all, I want to say thank you for everybody tuning in this evening. I appreciate you guys coming on to the show today. Appreciate you guys taking it because it is one of the biggest drinking nights of the year. So, when in Rome, got my nice little bourbon here ready to go. A little bit of little Eagle Rare, ready to rock the show. Getting ready to bring on my co-host, Mike Doman, here in a little bit. But before we do, I just want to say thank you to everybody and remind you guys that, hey, it is Thanksgiving and you should be thankful for a lot of things. I know it's been a rough year for me, per se, but I am thankful to be alive, and I am thankful for my family and all my loved ones and dearest friends, as well as our troops and law enforcement who continue to fight the good fight and keeping the wolves at bay. I'm thankful for my fight teams. Big shout out to Winchester Boxing and Fitness. Shout out to Kaizen MMA. Shout out to Freedom MMA. And shout out to all the other gyms that I'm affiliated with, man, that I show love, like Cyber MMA and all those other guys. So, and MMA Institute and American Top Team. So I want to show you guys some love, man, and thankful for all you guys. And, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I kind of want to remind everybody at this time, if you have not already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, please. Hit the like button, share with your friends, tell all your friends about it, and subscribe to the channel. You get all the amazing content at Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, Clock Blockers, Hellfins, and some of the many other great shows that are on. Coach Coop, which is a Miami Hurricanes fan show. So Coach Coop, shout out to him. And just shout out to everybody, man. But again, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Also want to remind everybody to become a member. You can join the YouTube channel right now. You can, again, get all the amazing content, everything. And you can also donate to the channel. By donating to the channel, it helps the channel grow, helps all of our shows to continue to grow and continue to get better. If you like the content here at Fire and Ice Combat Sports Show, you definitely should at least, donate $1, donate $5, do whatever. It all goes back to the show and helps the show grow and helps us continue to be on the air and stuff. Also kind of want to remind everybody about every weekday in the morning at 8:30, only the Miami Sports Music, the #1 Miami Dolphins fans show is Clock Blockers with my man Stephen D. You can follow Stephen D at Stephen D DSKPL. Show him the love, man. Tell him your boy Angel at Angel Ortiz MMA sent you, and he will look out for you, man. But again, his show is a great show if you're a big Dolphins fan. They've had some really good content this past week, and they've really gotten into it. So also want to remind everybody, it's time to put the kiddos to bed. Parental advisories, explicit content, strong language. These fighters are raw. They're real. They're going to speak their mind. They're going to cuss. I'm getting ready to cuss here in a minute because I do want to get some stuff off my chest that I'm going to do. And I'm going to bring my co-host in here soon. And I'm going to kind of speak my mind a little bit about something and kind of get to it. But without further ado, let me go ahead and do that and add my co-host, my man at Michael Doman. Michael, you there? Michael, you there? He seems to be, I guess he's not there yet. So we'll add him back to the stream here in a little bit. In the meantime, I do kind of want to get onto my chest, something off my chest here that's been kind of bugging me the last couple of days. Let me see who's all checking in so far. We got some great fans. Hammer, what's up, Hammer? Welcome to the show. Mike Sissaball, happy Thanksgiving. Hey, same to you, Mike. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming on to the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys coming into the show. It's going to be a good one. We're going to be discussing the world of Muay Thai. We got some great fighters from Lion Fights that are getting ready to fight next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday at Lion Fights. I can go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about here. It is, live from Boston, Friday, December 3rd. It will be featuring 2 title fights. So if you're in the Boston area, area and you're a big fan of Muay Thai, live Muay Thai action, man, you got some really good fighters that are going to be up there and, taking on, some great fights. And two of our fighters that are on the card tonight, Matthew Ferguson, who I believe is kicking the card off, and then later on, Chase the Weapon Walden, who's been on the show before, but he's just a great, and fans love him, and he's a good guy and just a great guy to have on the show and good to talk to about Muay Thai, since we're going to be discussing Muay Thai today. All right. So back to what I want to talk about, guys, is so today I was watching, videos in the world of combat sports and stuff like that, and just kind of going through some stuff and seeing, shout out to Chad Marcion. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Fins up. Same to you, brother. Appreciate you tuning in. And then our biggest fan there, Kirsten Bronstatter. Thank you for wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. An awesome show. Thank you very much, Kirsten. I appreciate you being on the show. Thanks for tuning in each and every single week. But shout out to everybody, man. But here's something I kind of want to get off my chest, and I'm not going to be pleasant about it, to be perfectly honest with you. So today I watched a video of a guy dressed as Spider-Man going into a Walmart somewhere and kicking a woman in her chest and then punching her in the face and knocking her out. Then walking off like he was some fucking badass. I got to tell you right now, what the fuck is happening with the men in this fucking country and world? When did men stop being chivalrous? When did men stop being fucking men and good men? Since when is it fucking okay for you to put hands on a woman? I don't give a fuck what the content is. Since when is it ever fucking okay for you to put your fucking hands on a woman as a man? It is never okay. Never okay for you to go around and put your fucking hands on a woman. You're a fucking coward, dude. You're a fucking coward. Straight up. I might be retired from fighting and I might be retired from combat sports, but I'm never retired from whooping a motherfucking man's ass that puts his hands on a woman. I will beat your motherfucking ass within an inch of your life for putting your fucking hands on a woman if I ever see you do that. I give no fucks. I think it's complete fucking bullshit as a man for you to put your fucking hands on a woman. I get it. I don't fight no more. But I will fight you. So any of you fucking dudes that think you really about that life and you really tough like that, come see me if you want to put your fucking hands on a woman. If you want to put your fucking hands on a woman, come see me. I'll give you everything you fucking want. Because it's never is it fucking okay for you to put your fucking hands on a woman. Ever. Ever. I don't give a fuck what the content is. And all those dudes that stood around taking videos, a lot of you fucking bitches are out there with fucking camcorders on your hand or cell phones in your hand, posting about it and saying, oh, instead of fucking helping this woman out, you stood there and watched. Y'all some fucking bitches. Some straight up fucking bitches. And I'm telling you, if you see this, share it to whoever it is, share it to whatever you want to. Share this whole thing right now, what I'm saying. If you put your fucking hands on a woman, you're a fucking coward and a bitch. I promise you, I'm available 24/7, 365 to smack that ass if you fucking want to put hands on somebody. Come see me. Don't put your hands on a woman. Put your hands on a grown-ass man. And I got a bunch of killers at different gyms that'll volunteer their time too. Never is it ever okay for you to put your fucking hands on a woman. Ever. Be a fucking man. Be a fucking man. Stop being a bunch of little on video world star bitches. Be some fucking men. What the fuck happened to you men out there? Be a fucking man. That's enough rant for that today. I want to apologize to everybody for my cussing. It just pissed me off when I saw that video and all these dudes, grown-ass men, just stood around, including male employees, stood around and watched this woman get knocked out by some clown-ass dude in a costume and did nothing. You did nothing. You stood there and watched. You're a bunch of fucking cowards. At this time, I'm going to bring in my co-host. He probably has a cooler head than I do. Cooler heads prevail, they say. My man.
Yo. What's going on out there, dog?
What's up, Mike?
Oh shoot, man! Explicit content is on.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm feeling you, man. I got your back, bro. Damn,
I'm just sorry, brother. Like, you know what it is, man.
Somebody get this man a cognac.
Oh, I got my sipper right here, brother.
Get this man a cognac or something, man. You're scaring me, bro. I thought I was gonna have to drive over to your crib and calm you down.
Nah, man, it's good, Mike. It's all good, baby. It's
All
all good,
right,
man.
all right, man.
You know what it is, man. It's just sorry, you got like an echo or something going on. I don't know if it's you might
sorry
check your
about
volume
that.
on your stuff. You're good.
Angel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, that's good. So damn, I really do got an echo going on here.
Let me move the speaker here a little bit. Is the same echo you had last week?
Probably.
Because you're a lot more clear this time.
I'm good on my end, but I'm hearing it coming out of your end.
All right, let me see if I can get my headphones. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Again, I want to apologize to everybody who's been tuning in. I'm over here. I was over here a little tripping. Again, hold on. Let me mute his mic a little bit because he's got an echo going on. It's driving me crazy. But again, I want to apologize to everybody, man. I was just I kind of went off on some rant there, cussing and stuff like that. That's really not my style, but I just had enough of watching dudes just stand by, idly by, and not do anything while they're watching grown-ass men smack or beat up on women and not doing anything about it. You know, they're just sitting around watching shit. So, yeah, that bothers me a little bit. It's like that football player that was going around smacking the shit out of his wife, Mike. I don't know if you saw that shit.
I did see that.
Isn't that shit disgusting? Like, to me, it's disgusting. It's cowardice. Yeah. So, again, This is not only going out to that dude dressed as Spider-Man that knocked that poor woman out at Walmart, but this is going out to that football player. I couldn't remember what the fuck his name is. But, yo, big guy, you want to beat up on a man? You want to beat up on somebody? Come beat up on me. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, what's up, Mike?
Nothing.
Happy pre-Thanksgiving, baby.
Yes, sir. Amen. Same to you, man. Yeah, man. I'm pretty locked and loaded in. I'm dialed in right now. I had a pretty long day and glad that's over with. And I apologize about the background noise. It is a holiday weekend.
It is a holiday weekend.
You know, friends and family is hanging out, you know what I mean, just a little bit, but
it is the biggest drinking night of the year. Everybody's getting ready.
Yeah, well, guess what?
What you sipping on today, Mike? You joining me tonight?
I'm not drinking. Nah, man, I'm a little under the weather, homie.
That's what you need right here. The cure-all.
I guess I'm gonna have to get some moonshine or something.
This is what helped me during COVID.
Shoot.
I'm telling you. These 100-proof bourbons.
100-proof bourbons. Yeah, I'm a moonshine guy. If I had to choose,
you country as hell.
You
so country.
Got you. We're gonna take it to the backwoods.
Well, Mike, man, let's talk a little bit, man. We had some, we had some really good guests last week, but this week, we got 2 of our guests. We had 3 guests, but one of them had to push it till next week. Ajarn Scott Howard won't be with us this evening. Shout out to him. He'll be with us next week when we do our coaches show. We'll have a chance to talk to different coaches from all over. From Master Lloyd Irvin all the way down to, coaches that we know personally and coaches down in Florida and in New Mexico.
Cool.
So we're going to have a really good coaches show next week. So tune in for that. But, yeah, man. Some great fights. We got this Triller thing happened this weekend coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting.
Scott Cujo's fighting. He was supposed to fight an MMA guy, and now he's fighting a boxer. Yeah,
which is cool. Which is way better. Yeah.
It's cool, but they're wearing MMA gloves. and shout out to Scott Cujo, man, because he's brave. He takes fights. They're paying him well, but man,
that's the rule. That's the rule. So MMA gloves.
It's completely different, bro. You could do spinning back fists. You can clinch. You could dirty box. You can you got a pair, it's crazy. But for MMA guys, they're going to be a lot more comfortable in this, obviously.
Right.
Because it's MMA versus boxing. It's Team Briggs versus Team Rampage.
Right.
So, Shannon the Cannon Briggs versus Rampage Jackson.
Okay.
So and so they got, Scott Kujos is fighting. He's fighting some Russian dude. I want to say I can't remember the guy's name, but they did their press conference today.
I did see that.
I got some information here. Hold on, let me just share the information with everybody.
Yeah.
But the press conference was today. Tomorrow's the official weigh-in. No, I'm sorry. The official weigh-in is on Friday, and then Saturday is the fight. That Triad Combat Sports. It's streaming live on Triller and Fight TV. So you'll be able to get it on fighttv.com or Triller as well. Okay. So it's Triad Combat Sports, man. They got some weird-ass rules, Mike. I'm telling you.
Man.
What are your thoughts? Being a boxer, putting on itty-bitty MMA gloves. And now, mind you, these MMA gloves are 8 ounces instead of the typical 4-ounce gloves.
All right.
So they're a little bigger.
Right.
They're a little bigger. But I kind of want to remind everybody what the difference between a pro boxing mitt that's 12 ounces or 10 ounces, excuse me. This is a 10-ounce glove. And a 4-ounce MMA glove. This is the difference.
I think he might have a little bit of an advantage. I think he should be fine.
Now, there's somewhere in the middle is the glove that they're wearing.
Right. I think Scott will be all right.
And then let's look at the difference between a 16-ounce glove for sparring. For a little content here, you guys can see.
Right.
Look at the size difference.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he should be all right.
It should be a little bit crazy. Now, mind you, his head movement's probably going to be good.
Right.
His movement on his feet are going to be good. But again, he's facing another boxer.
Yeah, but he ain't got to worry about a takedown. He ain't gonna. I mean, it should be real. This should be a stand-up brawl. Really, it should be a bloody mess. Honestly.
Right. And he didn't really have to worry about any striking. I mean, any takedowns anyway, because no takedowns were allowed. No knees,
kicks.
No kicks.
Right. Yeah, he should be fine.
It's a new sport, man. It's a new sport. Everybody's out here trying to be the next big guy doing stuff. You got Gamebred, who's doing, he's got his bare knuckle MMA.
Right. And if there's one thing we know about Scott, I mean, that dude's head is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude can take a punch.
Take a punch. And he's been hit by some of the best punchers out there.
Right. So he should be fine. He should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a jaw, and he always puts on exciting fights. But
I watched the press conference. Hey, man, he said it like it needed to be said. I'm here for the money. And, hey, I hope he gets paid.
Money, Scott. If you're watching, get that money, my guy.
Get that bag. Get that bag.
Get that paper, brother. We support you here.
Yeah, get that bag.
We wish you many blessings.
Hell yeah. Be safe out there, man. Get that bag. Yeah, we had some fights over the weekend. They were pretty interesting. I mean, everybody looked pretty good out there, man.
Shout out to Rocket Combat Sports.
Yeah, doing their thing, man.
They're doing their thing. Chris Rocket Rollins, man, he's doing his thing, having a good show out there.
And then, I mean, you had Cagezilla on the same, or not Cagezilla, but TCB on the same night. Some
great fights. Shout out to those guys over there, Jeff and all those guys, man. At TCB and Cagezilla, they always put on a really good card and put on a good show.
It's good to see everybody out here eating, man. I mean, same show on the same night, but two different demographics, 2 different locations. Both guys are, they're making good money, and they're putting on some good shows. Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really good stuff, man. Mike, I don't know if you had a chance. I posted a video on my social media early on, and it happened over the weekend at Captain's Fight Club down in, I want to say it's in New Mexico or somewhere, Nevada, someplace.
Captain's Fight Club. Tell me more about it.
Okay. So this thing went viral. It's crazy. So it was an incredible head kick knockout.
Shit.
He knocks the guy out. But as he knocks the guy out, he snaps his leg like Anderson Silva snapped his leg.
On his head.
On his head.
Okay, so
he knocks the guy out and snaps his leg at the same time and collapses.
So who wins the fight?
The guy that got knocked out. The guy that knocked the other guy out. The guy who broke his leg won the fight.
So he broke his leg on his head.
Yeah, because he knocked out his opponent clearly.
I'm gonna have to look it up. It's on
You
YouTube.
Look it up. It's on it's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. If you go on my Facebook, you can go scroll down. You'll see it, man. It's incredible.
Okay, I will definitely look.
This thing was It's Dylan Kiskila defeated Kai Duque via first round head kick KO at CFC 1 which is Captain's Fight Club. One of the shows over there.
All right.
This thing, you pulled it up?
Hold on. You said CFC1?
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, she just told she said my mom did.
Shit.
It's on my Facebook. Go to my Facebook page. You'll see it quickly.
Man, I ain't Facebook stalking you. Okay. What was the fighter's name?
Dylan Kiss Killer.
Oh, where they get this stuff, bro?
I don't know. This dude literally. Anthony, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the show. Hola, hermano. Welcome to the show, Anthony. Sway, welcome to the show, my man.
All right. I think Dylan Kiss Killer.
Don't laugh at the name. Watch what happens.
All right. I ain't gonna laugh at his name no more. All right.
But he kicks this dude on his forehead with a nice shin kick and drops the guy, and at the same time snaps his leg in half. It's fucking sick. It's gnarly.
Okay, dude breaks his own foot.
No, his leg. Yeah, he breaks his leg.
Okay. Got it. Okay. All right.
I like the pressure that Dylan's. Oh my goodness!
Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's nasty. Hey, Keith, you gotta see this joint. Oh, that's nasty. His joint is broke.
Broke.
I like the pressure that Dylan.
Oh, that's nasty.
So
look. So my man Keith is over here hanging out.
Okay.
I like the
Welcome
pressure.
to the show,
Boom.
Keith. In the background.
Man, Keith, you right there.
Welcome to the show. Hey, Keith.
What up, Angel?
Hey, that's one of my students.
Pressure that Dylan's. Oh my goodness!
Oh, and he stands up on it too.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
Yo, he ain't even in shock, dog.
For context, everybody that's watching, you gotta find it, man. It's incredible. You can probably find it on YouTube. Look up CFC1, Dylan Kiss Killer, first round head kick KO. This kid knocks out the other kid, but breaks his leg in the process, and it's absolutely brutal.
It looked like a head kick, but he might have hurt his leg on the head kick.
And stands up on it.
Yeah.
He stood up on it.
And you see his leg go limp.
Yeah.
Can't really say we don't have.
Oh, and they keep replaying it. Oh, he stood up on it. That's what's killing me.
And we did hear a hard snap, almost like he had broken his own leg.
Shoot.
On that,
He didn't know his
high
adrenaline's
kick.
pumping. You got to see it in the air. Oh, it's nasty.
I saw it. I've seen it like 30 times. It's crazy.
Oh my God. I mean, look, folks at home, if you're weak at stomach,
Yeah.
don't watch this.
Don't watch it.
I mean, or just put in dude broke his own foot in half. Wow. Oh man, the
Hey,
comments are gonna
Semper
be
Fi,
crazy.
Raphael. Appreciate you tuning in, my friend.
Oh, that's nasty.
Anthony's got a good question for us, Mike.
What's up, Anthony? Give me the question. Give it up.
It's right there on the screen, Mike. I don't know if you can see it.
Man, I can't see anything. It's
It
too
says,
small.
Angel and Winchester, can you guys explain why it seems that there's a huge weight disparity in each division in terms of how they are set up in each sport of boxing and MMA? Anthony, I think you've asked this question before.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Well, I mean, each sport has different weight classes and stuff, and they're different between boxing as they are to mixed martial arts. They really only become, most fights are within a 10-pound parameter. They mostly become a problem once you get into the heavyweight side of the fight.
Yeah.
So once you get into a heavyweight side of the fight, that's when it becomes a big disparity. Oh, we got a double dog in the building. Shout out to the Marines out there. Raphael Courtright, 0331 USMC. Shout out to you, brother.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Semper Fi. And speaking of veterans, we got a combat vet that's getting ready to join us here short in a second. He is a Muay Thai fighter. Mike, you got some sound going on in the back.
Man, I told you I have friends over, man. It's my music, man. I like music. It's
All right,
Adele.
cut that out because we're getting ready to have our guest. Come on.
It's Adele. It's my new girl.
All right, but so anyway, we're getting ready to have our at Death Dealer MMA, Matthew Ferguson, come on. He's getting ready to fight at Lion Fights. He's a heavyweight Muay Thai matchup there at Lion Fights next weekend. Matt, welcome to the show, man. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Oh, there he is.
There he is. What's going on, Matt?
Dude, you got it zoomed in on my big head right now, man. Good God.
I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's all you on the screen, brother.
God dang. God dang. I thought my head was big.
He is all up in the camera.
Shit. God damn. Ain't nobody gonna miss that head. Ain't nobody gonna miss that head. Shit.
For those of y'all that don't know, man, again, Matt's getting ready to fight at Lion Fights next Saturday, I believe.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. Sorry, I apologize. Next Friday. Thank you, Matt. Next Friday in Boston. For all y'all that are going to be in Boston that are tuning in, man, all you Boston Dolphin fans, tune in, man. Go out there and support my man, Matt, who's getting ready to fight. Matt, what's going on, brother? What's new with you? And how you doing, brother? First of all, it's Military Appreciation Month, so I want to say thank you to you and for your service and dedication to this country. You served overseas. We appreciate you, brother. And,
appreciate it, man.
And to your fellow brethren that served alongside you, man, we thank them. And yeah, man, tell us what's going on with you, brother.
Just been training hard, getting ready for this fight. I started getting back after it after a little bit of a layoff. You know, the kids kind of made me step back for a little bit, and started training, started feeling good, and was talking with Scott and Scott Howard, Disciple MMA, and he said, "You ready to fight?" And I said, "Yeah, man, I'm ready to go whenever." And about a week later, he calls me up and says, "Hey, man, I got you something coming up here soon." I said, "How soon?" He said, "December 3rd." And I said, "Let's do it." So started about a 4-week fight camp, and I always talk about it, Disciple. We don't get ready, we stay ready. So just ready to get in there. I'm excited, ready to mix it up. So.
Shout out to Disciple MMA Academy and Ajarn Scott Howard, man. Great guy. He was supposed to come on the show tonight, but he couldn't make it. He had to change some stuff. So he's going to be on the coaches show next week when we host the coaches show. So we're glad to have him come on. You guys put in a lot of work and stuff like that, training over there at Disciple. You got a lot of killers, man. I just want to kind of give a quick to what I'm talking about here, guys. This is a good picture of them. I mean, you got a list of who's who of killers in this picture here. But that's a John Scott Howard in the middle there. But you can see him. But, man, you got – so, of course, you just had a new baby, right? You had a new baby.
He's 18 months now,
Yeah,
a little late on the new baby, but yeah.
Yeah. And you just moved to Winchester, right?
Yes, sir. Moved to Winchester just a couple months ago.
So you're in the Winchester area.
Good.
So what do you expect coming into this fight, man? Like, what do you expect coming onto this fight when you're getting ready to step into that Lions fight in the big scale with everybody there?
So I kind of know what to expect with the fight. I watched him fight, one of the fighters from one of our affiliate schools back at the end of August. I know he's got heavy hands. I know he likes to throw hands. I know he likes to step in, basically step in that circle and box, I know that I've got a height advantage. I know I have a reach advantage. I'm going to try to keep the fight as long as possible, keeping up the end of my kicks. And, if he does want to step inside that little circle with me and get to mixing it up, I know that he's going to expect a lot of clinch work, a lot of elbows, a lot of knees. I truly fight the sport of 8 limbs, and I work all of them. So there's not going to be any place that he's going to be safe, and I'm ultimately excited to get in there and show that.
Well, you're definitely strong inside. You're a strong guy, man. You're a big, strong guy, and you're strong in the clinch and stuff like that, for sure. Is there anything this guy is going to bring to the table that you're really concerned about at all?
I just know that he's got a puncher's chance. I know that he does have strong striking, and I know that's what messed Josh up. He knew the game plan running in. He knew that he needed to keep it long. He knew he had a height advantage, a reach advantage, and off the opening bell, he steps right to the middle and gets caught with a hook 3 seconds in. And it's like, hey, I'm not going to give this guy the opportunity to just sit there and tee off on me. right? Going to keep it as long as possible, like I said, and not give him that chance where he can catch me with a lucky shot.
Mike, you got anything?
Yeah, I just want to know, like, so when was your last fight?
Been a little bit of a layoff. My last fight
Okay.
was in 2016.
Okay. Is that any kind of concern to you and your team? What prepared you, or what are you doing to prepare as far as your rounds of sparring? Like, how hard are your rounds of sparring since you have been off for a while?
So, I mean, I'm not concerned at all. My coaches aren't concerned at all. My team's not concerned at all. I've been in there. I've been working hard. You know, a lot of days I'm doing 2 days in there. I'm teaching in the morning at 6 a.m., working with the morning guys, and then coming back that night and getting more work in that evening with the entire team. What we're doing, you know, what we like to do, we call it Shark Tanking, right? And we know that this fight is going to be 5 3-minute rounds. And so what we do is we do 6 4-minute rounds, right? I'm going to go an extra round, extra minute per round. And then every minute of every round, I have a fresh guy stepping in, pushing me, right? So if I can survive 24 minutes with a fresh guy every minute, I know that I can go 15 with a guy who's going to be gassed out, tired, and nowhere near the cardio that I have. So I'm, you know, like Angel was saying, man, we got killers over there. You know, we had Tyler Bunting, who just went out, represented last week. You know, he's been helping me push. We got a guy named Anthony Rossi. He came in about 6 months ago to the school. He was a D1 wrestler. You know, just a big dude, big heavyweight in there pushing me. We got Cam Howard, Scott Howard's son, pushing. Just a lot of big guys that have good technique and can help me get to where I need to be, you know.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Matt, man, have you had a chance to go catch up with and see old Coach Johnny Curtis at any time?
I ran into him not too long ago. You know, I love seeing all the posts that he makes on Facebook, and it's you know, it's awesome being associated with the guy. It's awesome knowing the guy because you know, sometimes you're like, this guy is you know, true American, true lover of this country, and then other times you're like, this dude is off of his rocker, and I still love him no less. You know, so.
Shout out to Johnny Curtis, man. He's a great coach and just a great guy. Matt, preparing for this fight, like you've been away for a long time now. You jump right into, you go right into the big fight, the big show at Live Fights, Muay Thai. Comparing American Muay Thai to Muay Thai in Thailand, what are you most excited about going into the fight, and what overall makes you want to be that person in that fight?
So the thing that I'm most excited about, right, is showcasing my skill set and showcasing the skill set that I've been brought up with. You know, I had a background before I came to Disciple MMA, but the you know, excelling of my striking game since I've been there has been, you know, insane how quickly it's come. And so what I want to do is I want to get in there. I want to show good Thai. I want to show good technique. I want to show exactly what it looks like. You know, our Thai comes straight from Thailand. You know, we put a little bit of an American flair on it, but you know, I want to show what good striking, good solid striking looks like, right? I'm not going to get in there and I'm not going to box with this guy. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to use all 8 limbs. You know, he's going to see those kicks, he's going to see those elbows, those knees, and those punches all together. So I'm excited for it.
So you're going into this fight. Is your opponent Orthodox or Southpaw?
He's Orthodox.
So yeah, I mean, so already the kryptonite to an Orthodox fighter is a Southpaw, and you're every bit of Southpaw. Are you? Do you consider that an advantage going into this fight, or is that just something that you're not really worried about?
Yeah, I mean, so I always consider it an advantage. A lot of guys have a problem with a southpaw. The only guy that I have a real issue with is typically when I'm working with another southpaw. You know, a guy who doesn't give me the same angles that I have against an orthodox fighter. You know, when I'm working in there with like Adam Levy, I mean, the guy, he's a phenomenal striker. You know, everybody knows that he's you know, black belt in jiu-jitsu, but you know, the guy has got absolutely sharp hands, sharp kicks, sharp legs.
He's got a sick boxing background too.
Yeah. And so, you know, it's like when I start working with another lefty, that's when I'm like, okay, you know, I got to dial it back, work a little bit of my game. But, you know, it's been an advantage in every single fight. I've had guys that are touted strikers, and especially in the MMA world, when they get in the cage with me, and all of a sudden these guys become wrestlers. So it's a hard issue to face when you're not used to it, when you don't have people that can push you that are regular southpaws.
Mike?
No, I don't have any questions. I just can't wait to watch the fight. I mean, to be straight up, I mean, this guy's ready. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he's
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
part. Matt's always been ready to go. Real quick, Matt, what made you want to get into combat sports? What was the appeal to you to wanting to get into combat sports and now eventually Muay Thai?
So I started with Taekwondo back when I was in second grade. My parents got bought up by the Junri, infomercials that were going around. No one messed with me. I'm Junri.
Right.
And got in there, started learning, a lot of the TKD, man. And, it's where I first started really getting involved with the combat sports. And then, I started, getting more excited about it, more into it. And I believe I was about 10 years old. My sister, a guy that she went to high school with, he was training in judo and Japanese jiu-jitsu. His father was a 5th Dan black belt in Japanese jiu-jitsu. And so we had a lot of fun, training there, getting well-versed in the grappling arts. Took it into wrestling, and started wrestling in high school. Wrestled a little bit in college, mostly on a club team at VMI before I deployed for the first time. But one of my roommates there at VMI, he was a phenomenal boxer. He'd been boxing his whole life. And I made a deal with him that if he made it to the national championship, I would go ahead and start boxing. And he was the national runner-up that year. And so started boxing, wasn't comfortable with just throwing hands, started kickboxing, and started putting everything I learned over the course of my life together. And that's really when I started fighting. With the Army, we had the Modern Army Combatives program, and that was an opportunity to showcase a lot of what I had known before coming in the military. Got to do some Fight House stuff, when I was down at Fort Benning, Georgia. And then while I was overseas in Iraq, we actually started a fight gym in the FOB that we were on, Ali Air Base down south. Some people know it as Cobb Adder. And we would hold monthly fights. And, it was a good way to let off steam and have a good time, especially while we were deployed.
So wait a minute. So not only were you guys overseas fighting real fights, like life or death, then you just couldn't get enough. So we're gonna just go punch each other in the face now. That's just how it rolled.
Absolutely. I mean, so you'd come back and you'd get off mission. You'd be out for 5, 6, 7 days. You come back and your first sergeant comes to you and say, "Hey, you're not gonna let me down in the tournament this month, right?" I can't. I got to step in there and represent.
That's awesome.
So, it was a good time, and, got to have a lot of fun. And like I said, it was a great stress reliever. And, came back, kept fighting, kind of got with in the local scene, started fighting on Operation Octagon. That's when I got with Johnny in Freedom MMA. After I beat his boy, Brett Jenkins, shout out Brett Jenkins.
Shout out to
Brett. That was the sketchiest walkout I think I've ever had, man. You were fighting in Brett's hometown. He sold like 150 tickets to this fight. He walks out, whole crowd goes wild. I walk out and it's like, nobody. And,
I think I remember that fight.
Yeah, man. It was the same night that Anthony Cordero, absolutely, I can't remember the guy's name, but we had like a 45-minute intermission because Anthony broke that guy's jaw, and then right after that was when Scott Noble knocked that one guy out in like 8 seconds.
I remember that. Yeah, that was a good card, man.
It was a great card, and Sharon Thompson fought Kronstadt on that card.
Gosh, Sharon was on that card too, man.
And,
shout out to Sharon. And we've had a lot of guys that have come up throughout the area, man, that have got some really good fighters. that we've all been a part of or seen or refed or just been involved with. It's just a blessing. Shout out to all these guys. Shout out to Art, man, with Operation Not the God, which is now Cagezilla. For those of y'all that don't know, but all over around. So you've been fighting so obviously you've been fighting for a long time, and it was just kind of one of those things. So after Freedom MMA, you went over to Disciple. What was it about that made you want to just continue to grow as a fighter?
So, as much as I love, working at Johnny's and continuing to learn from him, there would be some days where, you'd have guys that just, it'd be 2-3 guys there, you wouldn't get the push that you needed. And I kind of saw myself wanting to grow a little more. And, on top of that, with the way that the schedule was, with my work schedule and what the times we were training, I could only make it 1 or 2 days a week. And so I knew that, with the limited number of training partners and also, the limited times I could train, I wasn't going to get better, limiting myself. So started going around to a lot of schools in the area, checking places out, seeing where I could fit in. And, unfortunately, with a lot in the fight game, there's egos and things like that. And there were places that I didn't feel welcome. I'd walk in there and I'd know your guy because he and I fought, right? And and it'd feel different when I walk in. And when I walked into Disciple, the first guy that saw me was Neil and Gutter Man.
I love Neil. I love Gutter Man. One of my favorite people on the planet.
he goes, what are you doing out here? And I was like, trying to find a new team, new place to train where I can get a little more time in. And he goes, you got your stuff with you? And I said, yeah. And he goes, throw it on, hop in, and started training. And then right after practice, we all went out to eat together, and it just felt like I was a part of the family right from the start. So that's awesome. It was, with Disciple, I've always felt it was more than just training, more than just fighting. I became a part of the Disciple family, and it's been cool. Even having to step away for a little bit, take care of family and all that stuff. I come back, and I'm still part of the family.
I got a quick question for you, Matt. So at this point in your career, is it about the money or is it about the fight?
So it's never been about the money. It's just been about, getting in there and practical application of what I've learned. Right. That was the thing that I love so much about wrestling was, I grew up playing football. I grew up playing baseball. I grew up playing a lot of team sports, but with wrestling, it was me versus one other person. Right. It was a team sport up until that time that I stepped on that mat, right? And I love being able to go out there and say, hey, I won this because I put in the work before this and because I truly was the better guy today. And,
right.
That's why I like, combat sports so much, because it's a team getting you ready. But when that cage door is locked or you step over those ropes or, you step on that mat, it's just you, me versus one other person.
That's awesome, man. So you've been around the block at the scene, I guess, in the scene per se in Virginia combat sports. And now you're going off to travel all the way to Boston to fight somebody. Are there any type of nervousness at all? Are you feeling any type of jitters at all? Or are you just ready to go?
I feel I'm just ready to go, man. I never get nervous. Right. I'm never worried because I always feel that I'm prepared. Right. If I'm ever at a place where I'm worried about a fight, it means that I didn't put in the work that I needed to put in. Right. And, fortunately, I have such a good team around me and a good, coaching staff that if I wasn't ready, they wouldn't put me in there. And so I don't feel that I get nervous. What I feel is that, I'm anxious. I'm ready to go, So it's like one of those things where, for the last several weeks, man, I'll be sitting there and I'm not having a good night's sleeping because I'm visualizing the fight. I'm seeing what's going to happen in my head. I'm going to see my game plan and, practical application of what I've worked on. That's what it's all about.
Now, have you studied your opponent at all? Obviously, I'm pretty sure you have, but have you looked at any video of his or what his weaknesses are?
I broke down the video of him fighting Josh Thompson, and he's a shorter heavyweight. He's stockier. Doesn't have the reach, doesn't have the length, but he's got the power. He's a big dude in a big dude weight class. So like I said, it's going to be about good technique, keeping the fight long. There's going to be no mid-range fighting here, right? If I'm trying to mid-range fight, if I'm getting in a shootout with this guy, I'm messing up. So keep it really long. And if he wants to close distance, then we're going to be clinching and working short game. There's not going to be any sitting in the pocket and just throwing bombs, right? Right. I'm going to be trying to get that knockout from the outside.
So you're following your game plan is basically what you're saying. So
absolutely.
So fighting lion fights, is there any type of rule differences fighting for that promotion as it is just fighting Muay Thai in general? Are there any type of rule changes?
So no, I mean, they keep it, true full rules Muay Thai. They're trying to keep it as true to life, as true to culture as possible here in the United States. And I'm abroad. They fought, internationally as well. They're trying to bring, traditional, authentic Muay Thai around the world.
So are they? So I guess the 12-6 elbow is my biggest question. Is that's in Thailand? That's legal. Is the 12-6? So they allow that at lion fights?
Yep.
That's pretty crazy. Cool.
I mean, it's if the opportunity's there, the opportunity's there. It's a little bit different than in MMA. I'm not going to be fully mounted on top of a guy going straight down, but if we're clinched up and I have the opportunity to attack a collarbone, have the opportunity to attack the crown of the head, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Nice.
Especially having a height advantage.
Now you got heavy hands yourself. I'll admit that.
I've been told.
You have heavy hands. Even when you hit light, it feels heavy. So that's probably why I don't like sparring with you. All jokes aside, going into this fight, you're obviously going to be throwing with bad intentions and stuff like that because you want to try to get back for your teammate who I guess lost this person. Did Josh fight this guy? Is that what you?
Yeah, Josh fought this guy, and like I said, he's at an affiliate school of ours. Used to train at Disciple, and then he branched out, started his own school, and I mean, unfortunately, he'll tell you to himself, he didn't stick to a game plan. He got caught early, stepping in that mid range, and he was fighting on his heels for the rest of the night. So, I know what I got to do.
How does your family feel about you fighting?
So my wife is nervous. Everybody else around me is pretty excited. I'm just excited to go out there and showcase what I can do. I'm, knock on wood, coming back in one piece. What Scott says, is I got to protect my beak. I've been in a couple bloody mess fights before, but it's just because my nose doesn't quite hold up the way it used to.
Yeah, looks like you might need some surgery there, my friend. Your nose starting to look like mine there a little bit. And this is after surgery.
Yeah. The last time I got it broken was the first time that I fought Kronstadt. He threw a nice elbow from the bottom, caught it perfectly and shattered it. And I started healing up. I went to the doctor. I saw my ENT and he said, okay, we're going to book you for surgery next week. And I said, okay, how long until I can fight again? He goes, you're going to fight again? I said, I mean, absolutely. And he goes, well, he said, we're not going to do the surgery then. He said, take 2 weeks. He said, go back, ease in. He said, maybe somebody will hit it back straight. And I said, all right. It sounds like good sound doctor advice, right?
Yeah. I mean, doctors' number one concern is they don't want to see you get hurt. That's what they care most about. Mike, you look like you had a question.
No, I didn't have a question, but I'm saying that's a real jacked up doctor. I mean, I get it, but come on, bro. I got to walk around with this nose for the rest of my life. Let's go ahead.
Well, he's actually smart. He's telling him he's going to wait till after
eventually get it fixed.
Yeah, because 10 more fights, then you have it fixed.
Yeah. That's it.
I get it. Let's just grease you up and keep our chin down and not get it messed up again. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm letting this dude in range to where he can be touching my nose like that, I'm messed up. So
right. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what happened to Angel over there. He must have to take a potty break because I know that's what I got to do in a second. But Angel, you all right, buddy? He must have zoomed out. Well, listen, man. Once you get done with this fight, man, it will be my pleasure to have you up to the gym. I don't want you to hit me that hard, so you got to bring 28-ounce gloves, and you can't kick me in my leg.
That's what
I'm giving you one kick. You got one.
That's all I need, man. That's all I need.
God, I don't want to hear that though. That's not what I want to hear.
That's one of the things I'm excited about. I usually train in 16 or 18-ounce gloves. Just because I am a bigger guy, I do have some heavy hands, and excited to show what I can do in 10-ounce gloves. It's not going to be fun for this guy.
Oh my God, that's brutal.
It just sounds like it's going to be very painful.
Gentlemen, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's wonderful. See, this show is very, very raw. There's no professionalism at all whatsoever here. So we keep it real. Unlike most shows that you get on for combat sports. But anyway, man, so you got a big fight. You're walking out. I guess you're opening the card, correct? Is that what's happening?
I think so. Opening the main card.
Opening the main card.
Yeah, so there will be some preliminary fights. Disciple, we've actually got a guy on the preliminary fight card as well. So Jonah Jurgens, he's one of our up-and-coming fights.
Jonah's fighting on there.
He is fighting. He lived in trained in Thailand for a while. He's getting to that point where he might make the jump soon, but still a little bit of polishing, still a bit of hey, what direction are we looking to go in? So he'll be on the undercard, and then we've got Chase, who is a former Disciple guy, opened up his own gym, Grindstone, down in 757. He'll be, I think, right after me. We were supposed to have Junior Ruby fighting as well. Unfortunately, his opponent got injured. That last minute push, sometimes takes guys out. So, I'm excited to see what Junior has cooking here soon. I mean, we always say at Disciple, we don't get ready, we stay ready. And Junior's as ready as they come. So the second we find somebody that's willing to sign on the dotted line, we're going to be getting him in there too. So
that's awesome, man.
You
got some killers coming up on this stuff, man. I tell you what, I didn't even think about it. I should have had Jonah come on the show tonight as well. Maybe I'll get him after the fight.
Yeah, man.
So, but man. So you got Jonah on the card. Then you got Chase the Weapon Walden. Now, Chase is also on the show tonight. He'll be coming on right after you here in a little bit. In like the next couple, probably the next few minutes, he'll be coming on. But so you got your team. Obviously, a bunch of people are going to be up there with you. Your family's going to be up there. Because that's got to be really exciting to get in there and see and have that support going into this fight.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So that's one of the nicest things is, no matter what's going on in my life, I've got a great support system, great drive behind me. My wife has allowed me to be successful in just about everything that I've been putting my mind to. Allows me to be, a good husband, a good father, a good dad. And also allows me to, chase all of my, professional goals as well, both in the fight world and outside of it. So, without the support that I have behind me, I wouldn't be able to do anything that I'm doing. So, extremely grateful for them and everybody I got around me and in my corner.
It's kind of funny. We were talking about Neil, and I just pulled up social media, Facebook and stuff. And apparently Neil and Roz both went and helped coach Johnny's son tonight at training to help him prepare for his second MMA fight. Because
awesome.
Because Bo's doing his thing too, man. He's following in his dad's footsteps, and he had his first fight and Darce choked the dude to death. It was awesome.
I watched the video, man. It was
it's just able to see how good of a guy Neil really is, man. He just goes around and he helps guys that, like I said, Freedom MMA and Disciple have always been affiliated with each other. So it's always a cool thing to see that support and love too, man.
Yeah, man. That's one of the great things is one of the reasons why I don't get, especially with like Northern Virginia MMA, Northern Virginia, combat sports, why the ego.
I can't understand that either. I hate
especially
that. I hate
between
the
different.
politics.
Yeah, man.
It's
I mean,
bullshit.
it's we're all trying to achieve the same goal, and when we all work together, we all get better together.
10 times better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things and I'm hoping that he opens it back up soon. But up at Level Up Boxing, we used to do the Spar Wars all the time, and I don't know if you ever went up there, but
No, I haven't had a chance to get up there yet. I do want to go up there sometime. They've had I think they did have a small smoker once this past year. I know they closed it down because of COVID, but
well, so Jason, his team up at Level Up in Bowie, Maryland, what they would do is they would invite all of the teams up and down the East Coast. They'd have people coming from, down south all the way up north, down to Bowie. And we'd sometimes have 50 different teams, in the gym on a Saturday for 8 hours, and you're getting all sorts of different looks, training with all different levels of people. And I mean, and it was just like it felt like a big family coming together, and it was always cool to see because, if I'm training with the same guys over and over and over, I eventually know, oh, he's going to throw this, he's going to do that, right? Here's what he likes to do when he gets tired. But when I get in there with somebody, brand new who I don't have any idea what's going on with them, it was always a good chance to get good looks. I had a funny story about one of them. So I was up there, I was training with a guy. He seemed like he was a little bit newer, didn't know how to really control himself. And I went one round with him and I said, hey man, like, you want to bring some off of it, right? We're not fighting here. We're training. Right. I said, my rule of thumb is hit as hard as you want to be hit. Right. If you're going to be throwing smoke out here, you're going to catch some smoke back, and we went another round together. I was trying to hope to get him calmed down and he's still throwing as hard as he can, trying to take my head off. And I was like, all right, man, so we rotate after that round and I get this guy that comes out. He's got his hoodie up, right, pulled in tight. He's trying to get his sweat going. And I was like, look, man, some of these guys are just trying to absolutely murder today. Hit as hard as you want to be hit. Let's get some work in, right? And this dude comes out just bop, 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 and then chops my legs. And I was like, okay, we're doing this, right? And so, we start going and we're trading, we're clashing, right? And so the round ends, and I was like, hey, good work, man. He goes, you want to get another? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm game. And he pulls his hoodie off, and it's Brian Collette, right? And he was getting ready for a fight on Glory. And I'm like, okay, I just told one of the top heavyweight kickboxers in the world to hit me as hard as he wants to hit me, right? And it was a cool thing. Right after, awesome. I was like, I got to get a picture with you, man, because I somehow have both legs, and I'm not waking up for the second time today. So I appreciate the rounds, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So
That's
it was
awesome.
But yeah, man, I mean, I hope Level Up Boxing starts doing that again sometime soon. I know they shut it down because of COVID, but it was always a good time to get up there and mix it up with all the top schools on the East Coast.
Yeah. Speaking of smokers, man, we do actually have, kind of remind everybody, we do have a smoker. No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Did I not put it up there? I did not put it up there. Never mind. There is, I thought my producer put it up, but I guess he didn't do that. Damn it, Steven. Anyway, so we have a smoker coming up at Winchester Boxing on the 27th this Saturday. So there'll be guys up there from different gyms and working as well, doing, smoker at our other gym here at Winchester Boxing. They'll be doing, kickboxing and boxing. So it should be fun.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, so let's kind of go through a quick line of questions here, and then quick fire questions, and then we're gonna bring on a teammate of yours be coming on. So quick fire questions. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Marvel or DC?
I'd say Marvel.
My man, I knew I liked you for a reason. Your top 5 favorite fighters in any combat sport of all time, dead or alive, it doesn't matter. Top 5.
Man, okay, so this is not gonna be rapid fire. Jeez. I mean, so top 5. I mean, I love going back to like the early days. I loved watching, Pride. I love watching, Chuck Liddell, Vanderlei Silva, Rampage Jackson, Fedor. God, I can't just say all the old guys, right?
I mean, right now you're at 4.
Yeah. No, and I mean, so yeah, I just love where the sport came from. I'd have to say, Forrest Griffin, that fight with Stephan Bonner helped, evolve modern MMA. Yeah.
That changed the game. So
yeah, I mean, I'd say probably those dudes, I loved watching old school Pride, especially those 10-minute rounds. You found a lot of guys either had it or they didn't have it in that full first 10-minute round.
Any favorite Thai boxers since you fight Thai?
So, I mean, yeah, of course. Right. So,
just give me one. Just give me one. That's all that matters.
Well, I would say two of my favorites, I would say, and these, of course, are the foreigners, right? I love John Wayne Parr, and I love Mr. Corbett, right? With the elbows. So it's
yeah, man.
Yep, Nate Corbett. And
he
then,
was actually going to come on to the show tonight, and then he postponed it for a couple weeks from now. So,
well, yeah, man.
He's also going to be on the show.
So, what I'm hoping for is on this fight on the 3rd, Mr. Nate Corbett can take some notes on some new elbows and stuff like that. No,
I like it from the Southpaw stance. I like it. I like it. So, and the last question. Give us a story that you haven't told anybody at all in combat sports that you've got that's happened to you, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Give us a great story.
Well, I always joke. I say that, going into a fight, there's always a rules meeting, and then there's a rules meeting for the guys who are fighting Matt Ferguson. They always let them know, hey, we'll give you like 3 warnings before, we stop it. Man, I don't know what it was, but for the longest time, I couldn't get guys that would actually make weight. I'd get a call, day before weigh-ins. Well, he's a little over. Well, what's a little over? Well, he's like 30 pounds over.
Oh my God.
And it's like, okay, whatever, man. Like I'm here to fight. Let's take the fight. And, it's a fun sport, but then, sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes the referees get it wrong, and it's unfortunate, but, yeah, man, I just think it's funny. You can go back and look at, some of my fights and look at some of the adversity that I faced and be able to push through and overcome it. But, yeah, man, I don't know if nobody's ever seen that, but, I always thought it was funny. I sent a picture out. Let me see if I can pull it up the other day, where it was like 2 fights in a row. I'm sitting there and I get up kicked while I'm in somebody's guard. Let me see if you can see that.
Go this way. There you go. Yeah, I see it.
You can just
see. Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay,
Wait a minute. You were in the down position and somebody up kicked you from the down?
Yeah. So that one was versus Louis Buttis. And then the next fight was against Kronstadt. He did the same thing. And I'm just like, okay, we're just going to do up kicks from the guard now. Like, this is how we're rocking. So.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I take it you survived that, obviously.
Yeah. So that one I actually went on to win the Lights Out Combat 205 belt. So I ended up putting him out in the 4th. I think Mr. Dolman actually refereed that fight. And yeah.
Mike, we got to talk about that, my man. We got to talk. We can't be allowing up kicks from the bottom position and 3 points of contact.
He gave me my time to collect myself, but it was definitely like one of those, hey, this is absolutely not legal. But I got it back. I put him out in the 4th, so we got it. Man. We got it done. Well,
congratulations. I'm gonna keep you on for just one quick second because I'm bringing on your teammate. I kind of want to go through this real fast. This is always a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Another fighter that's also fighting next Friday at Lion Fights. We got Chase the Weapon Walden. Chase, what's up? Welcome back to the show, baby.
What's going on, everybody? Good to be here. Real excited to be here.
Glad to have you back, my man. Appreciate you coming on. So, we've had that Death Dealer MMA over here talking about his up-and-coming fight. we know that you're fighting shortly after he fights. What's going on, man? Is it just like the disciple takeover? What's happening over here?
There's definitely been a little bit of misinformation. It's not Chase the Weapon Walden. It's not Death Dealer MMA. It is the force known as Double Dragon reuniting for one night and one night only to take over once again as we have done in the past. So I just want to clear the air on that real fast.
Yeah, Let's go. I apologize, my friend.
No.
Don't harm me. I'm harmful.
No, it's all good, man. I'm super stoked to be fighting with Ferguson again. I think the last time we did this together was 2016.
I think 16. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a while, but we had a really good, successful night the last time we fought together. We both went in and fought good dudes, came out with really significant wins, and put on a performance. So we're definitely hoping to do the same thing again this time.
That's awesome. That's all. It's got to be comforting going in there to have your teammates, your managers, your coaches all from the same team.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, I had a man bun back then. Wow.
Yeah, you had a man bun back then. We didn't tell anybody about that. But what's going that's got to be very comforting.
I was just a little skinnier back then too, man.
Little bit.
Matt, was that when you got down to 170?
Yeah, that one. That was a couple 100 pounds ago, man.
You get older, you get wiser, you get bigger. It all kind of goes hand in hand. That's all right, man.
Yeah, man. I got some weight coming behind these punches now, man.
It's okay. I'm okay with it, man. But he's got the height for it, so it works for him. For me, I don't have the height for it.
Not so much. It's gonna be shorter and wider and long. Yeah, it all works together.
So it's got to be comforting, man, having your whole squad there. You guys get ready to put on a show at the same time, and then you got Jonah as well on the card. That's got to be kind of comforting going into these fights.
Yeah, you ever been in trouble, like real trouble? Like maybe with the law, maybe with like a girlfriend or like your parents, fucking school, whatever.
Do you realize who you're talking to here?
Right. So I'll say the answer for me on that is yes. I have definitely been in trouble before. I've been in trouble by myself, which gets pretty fucking nerve-wracking and scary. And I've been in trouble with my buddies. Not so scary. You know what I mean? Like we'll find a way to be like, well, this fucking blows and not really, so, you apply that to a high stress situation, like getting into a fist fight. You bet your fucking ass. I'm happy to have my homeboys right there with me, who know what I'm going through. I can rely on to literally be right by my side and hey, man, we're doing this. This is it. Here we are. You know what I mean? It's always easier. It's better for morale when you have your teammates and your friends there.
That's awesome. So are you guys cutting weight together?
Matt doesn't cut weight. He's a good boy now.
Hey, my opponent apparently is a little scared. I think he's walking a little lighter than that 265 max, so he's making me cut to 245. So I do have to cut a little bit of weight. All right.
Oh, boo-hoo,
so where are you at now? Where are you at now? Just curiosity.
I'm right at 260. It's going to be an easy weight cut. I mean, I'm already dropping, a pound and a half every couple of days. And with the weight cut plan that, we've got at Disciple, it's easy, man. It's all going to just fly off.
So this is the dynamic of the Double Dragon where he's fighting at 245 pounds. I am 5 pounds shy of fighting 100 pounds lower than he is. I'm fighting at 150 pounds for this fight. So this is actually the lowest
I've seen. Yeah, I was getting ready to say.
Oh no, this is the lowest I've fought, sure.
Yeah,
definitely. 55 is pretty average. We were gonna go to 147, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I am a good fighter and I will do what my coach tells me to do, and I will try my best not to complain about it.
Dude, you're like 6'4".
6'3". 6'3". Hey man, I'll tell you what.
We're the same height.
Right.
So for a little point background here, guys. So these guys are the same weight, and there's almost 100-pound difference between the two. That goes to show you how far Chase is willing to go for a fight. to get down and weight.
Absolutely, man. But there's guys out there like Nick Chastain. I don't know if he's still fighting Muay Thai. I think he's walking away from the game. He's doing MMA now, but he was the 147 champ for a while. He's 6'2", and he's a much bigger dude than me. Weight cutting has become a science. I think where this was all coming from or stemming from is that we were going to go down to 147, but my opponent requested that we go to 150, which means that tells me if he's not able to make an extra 3 pounds, and this is going to be a really far cut for him. Whereas for me, I'm walking at, every morning I wake up between 164 and 166. So I'm going to cut 3 pounds off. No, it's absolutely not. Now, am I skinny as shit right now? Yeah. Have I been skinny as shit my whole life? Yeah. So it's not too much of a dig.
So we got a question from a fan base here. They actually want to know. I know you're the Muay Thai snob, Chase. So this question probably doesn't really concern you, but Matt has fought MMA before, so he wants to know, is there hazing in MMA?
I mean, so within a team,
I'm going to say, yeah.
I'm going to say, question, do you go to Disciple MMA?
So I wouldn't ever say go as far as saying it's hazing, but what I want to know is if I'm, and it was the same thing I used to say when I was at Freedom, right?
Now, mind you, it's a Marine that's asking this question, so of course he's good.
So what I would always say is I know when I step in the cage or I step in the ring that nobody is going to touch me as hard as I'm getting hit when I'm practicing, right? I want to be able to train with killers and know that they're pushing me and putting me in situations where I want to tap out, right? I want to stop, but I push through because I know when I'm fighting a guy who's as tired as I am and who's, in that same mental state that I am, that I know I'm going to be mentally stronger. And so, I would never say that we're hazing people. Are we putting people in situations where their brain is telling them, I'm done, I want to quit, I want to stop, I want to tap out? Absolutely. Because I'd rather have you quit and say, I don't want to do this in the gym than put you in the ring or put you in the cage and put you in a situation where you go, this is way realer than I ever thought it could be. And I don't know why I'm here.
So I'm going to chime in on that because, where I may not be doing MMA. I do train MMA fighters. I have trained with MMA fighters, corner them, the works. What may appear to be hazing, because if you've been on Grindstone Athletics Instagram, you may have seen some videos that appeared to be hazing. Those are not, in fact, hazing. If we're going to, play the definition game, hazing would be
Disclaimer. We're gonna put this disclaimer out there. Go ahead now, Chase.
Hazing would be ragging on the new guy, making him do bitch work. Clean up my shoes, polish this. Spitting on the floor while he's mopping. That's asshole shit. That's asshole Marine shit. Only Marines would do that.
I won't either confirm nor deny that.
Right. But when it comes to, what people see on Grindstone's Instagram is we post a lot of it because it gets a lot of views. People really enjoy seeing it is when we do our Shark Tanks. And a Shark Tank can be formulated in a bunch of different ways. At the bare minimum, a Shark Tank would be a fighter getting ready for a fight. And he would, the way we used to do the Disciple was that he would have 3 guys. So you have 3 minutes per round. And then you get 1 fresh guy per minute of that round for 5 to 10 rounds. Whatever. It all depends on the coach and the team. We have got a lot of traction on those videos that we made because we got put in a situation where bringing up my newer guys, I like to get them in smoker fights like you were talking about before, and then put them into the bigger events and then kind of put them in step-by-step process the way we feel it should be. And we found out that we weren't going to be able to do that with one of my guys because of his job. He's a pilot. He flies around a lot. We weren't just going to be able to make it work. We also didn't get a chance to see him get tested. We didn't get a chance to see what his stress inoculation skills were like, to see what handling pressure is like. And that's a big part of being in smokers and working your way towards legitimate events and, step by step. Right. So we put together a Shark Tank for him. Really that night we're just shooting from the hip. We're like, we got to make it sucks for you tonight, dude. Sorry, but it's going to suck. and we put some shit together for him. And the internet started to explode on our end, and my phone wouldn't stop ringing. It wouldn't stop going off, and it wouldn't stop having all these alerts. And it looked like we were just in there beating the shit out of one of my guys. But what we were doing is seeing, what are you made of?
Right.
Are you who you say you are? Are you going to power through the way you say you're going to power through? You played football for all this time. You did wrestling and all these things, which are tough sports, whatnot. But hey, when there's somebody standing in front of you, not backing down, putting his fists in your face, it's a different kind of pressure. Yeah. So what might look like hazing to people is more of a test, if you will, of mental and testicular fortitude. Or do you have what it takes to do this? That guy specifically did make it through that and did very, very well. He ended up not being able to fight. Came to the gym to tell us that bad news. I can't do it. It's fine. Whatever, life happens. But he made one thing very clear to me and my co-coach. He said, "I understand now. This is not a game." And we go, "Okay, cool. You get it.
I salute you, my friend. You can't play combat sports. That's all I'm saying.
Sir. No, sir.
Everybody knows what a Shark Tank is. Obviously, people don't know what a Shark Tank are. We know what Shark Tanks are because we've all been through it. But for the others of y'all that are watching that don't know what a Shark Tank is, it is basically a fight gone bad. It is brutal. It is you by yourself fighting against your teammates for over the time that you would normally fight, for over the amount of rounds that you would normally fight in an actual fight. And it is brutal. And it pushes you to your limit of exhaustion.
The point, I'm gonna interrupt you here, Angel. The whole point of it is, for at least on our end, the way we handle it, I'm going to put you into a position where it is evident there absolutely is no winning for you. How are you going to compose yourself now?
We say it all the time. You don't win Shark Tanks, you survive Shark Tanks.
You survive Shark Tanks, yeah.
If I can sit there and bang with you all the way through to that last second, right, and I can survive, right? Even sometimes you get pushed up against the ropes, right? You get pushed up against the cage and you're just trying to not take damage, right? If I can survive for that whole time, then I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think anybody that wins, if you win Shark Tank, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong. I'm just letting you know. Because there's no way, whether you can go to Disciple, Kaizen, Freedom, Winchester Boxing, MMA Institute, Grindstone, I don't care where you go, Team Lloyd Irvin, if you're surviving a Shark Tank, you're doing it wrong. I mean, if you're winning a Shark Tank,
with the wrong guys.
If you're surviving a Shark Tank, you're doing it right. Because surviving is all you're going to do. You're going to leave out of there battered and bruised and not in a good way. And you're going to hate life, but you're going to be thankful because you're never going to go through anything as hard as that in a fight. Ever. You're going to go through anything.
I don't know how many fights I've had that have been worse than Shark Tanks.
I don't think there's one.
That's one of those anxiety things that people who see hazing, they don't realize what the purpose of that is that that's why
you're getting blown up, my friend.
Yeah, right.
Because people thought you were hazing.
No, man, what I'm doing is preparing you for your future. What I'm doing is making sure that you've been through the shit. And I don't know of a single fight out of my entire career where the fight was as bad as the anxiety before the fight. Not once. You get to deal with that worst case scenario, an actual worst case scenario, before you get to the fight. So that gives you pure confidence, as Matt was saying, that I've been here before. This shit ain't nothing new to me. So that way, when there's a camera in your face, there's a few $1,000s on the line, there's people watching literally all around the world. Now you know what? This is intimidating, but I've actually been here before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
So
beautiful.
it's just important, which, it sucks going through Shark Tanks. It fucking blows. But God
I'm gonna be
damn
honest
it.
with you. When I was preparing for my last couple fights, I would do the Shark Tanks and stuff, and I honestly hated it. if you don't hate the shark, listen. If you're a fighter and you like Shark Tanks, you might want to get your brain checked because I hated it.
No, you know
what
I love most about Shark Tanks is and especially a Disciple, man. I miss it sometimes. The camaraderie.
Yeah.
God damn it. When the gym sees how bad that person is getting beaten, everybody else's work becomes less important. And what becomes the priority of the gym is encouraging that teammate. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many times I've been getting my ass kicked and Ferguson's right here. Let's go. Come on. It helps. It helps, man. Getting Reggie ready for his last fight. We Shark Tank Austin, the guy I was talking about before. Reggie saw it and goes, "Well, where's my Shark Tank?" And we went, "Oh, yeah, we can oblige." But the whole fucking gym rallies up, and it becomes a huge team building event, and everyone walks away just buzzing like. You got to slow your heart rate down, and everyone's just like, "Damn, we fucked that dude up tonight, but we accomplished something,"
Right. I know. Okay, so I know Chase was there. Matt, were you there? I think you might have been there when we all Shark Tank Johnny Curtis for his last pro fight.
Yeah,
man. It was terrible.
I remember that.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
That was awful. 20 minutes that man fought. How many guys?
This is the closest anybody's ever come to winning a Shark Tank, man. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Johnny Curtis took a beating from 15 men for 20 minutes, and it was nonstop. I think the last guy he went with was Chase. And
I went. So I remember I was teaching a seminar up there, which was super cool. You guys to have me up. And at the end of the seminar, y'all were like, "Well, so Johnny's got to fight, and we got to spar. Can we do something?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can do something for sure." So we set it up, and I think
Shark Tank, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. We said, "All right, how long is your fight?" And he was like 5-minute rounds. All right, cool. You got a 20-minute fight. So we did like a fresh dude for, I don't even, it wasn't even a time limit. It was pretty much like whenever Johnny got an advantage, boom, give him somebody new. And we took it to him, man. But what year was that, Angel? How long ago was that? That was like 2014, 2015.
Yeah, but
we're still talking about it. That's the thing.
2013,
it's that memorable. It's that memorable.
Yeah.
And it's that much of a thing, and there's that much camaraderie that we're still fucking talking about.
After that.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Was not only did he win the title, he put the dude out in the first round. And it was a guy who was a UFC hopeful, up and coming, ready to go, ready to be called up to the big leagues. He's going to get his CFFC title through this old man, Johnny Curtis, right? And and then he was going to, check it off and move on to the next thing. And Johnny said, "I got another story for you, man."
Johnny's
the definition of old man strong. You fucking kidding me?
That dude is a savage. It's funny because he's still kicking ass to this day, still training with us, still taking it to us all, man. And he's just there. But it's funny watching the sun come up. But the fact that we were talking about Shark Tanking, and that is one of the most memorable Shark Tanks I've ever seen in my entire life. Because, again, we took it to him. There was a lot of us, a lot of good fighters there. All of us were there, and we were taking it to them. Heavyweights, lightweights, middleweights, welterweights. Everybody was going at Johnny, and Johnny was still there. And like we said, if anybody got close to winning a damn Shark Tank, it was that man. Yeah. But he was dead by the end, and was just something that he still remembers. He still talks about to this day. So, Chase, we got to thank you for that, man.
I got a funny Johnny story though. So, having trained out of Freedom for a long time, right before I came over to Disciple, I come to Disciple, everything starts getting a little sharper, right? I'm training 6 days a week. I'm having a good time. I'm learning a lot. And then what I would do is I'd go out and I'd train with Johnny and the guys every, once a month on Fridays, right? And all the time that I've ever trained with Johnny, right? You catch him with something and he do that, oh, like, oh, that hurt, right?
Yeah.
And it just straight punking you, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a grown man. Like,
I'm
stop
a grown
punking
ass
me like
man,
this.
right? Like that.
And I just remember one time I went out there and my striking had started getting really sharp. And from my southpaw position, I came out jab, cross, hook, and I brought a kick right across his belly. And I folded him. And he's sitting there, he's going, bah! And I'm like, stop messing with me, Johnny. Like, stop trying to punk me, dude. And he's like, no, man, like that was the hardest kick I ever had in my life. And I was like, hey, we're good, right? Like, Bell goes, I go to find somebody else to beat up on, right? And Johnny goes, no, we've got another one, right? And I became his training partner for like the next 7 rounds. And he just took it to me for 7 rounds. I had my one kick that landed. Johnny beat the crap out of me for like 7 rounds after that.
Dude, I don't know what that guy. And the sad thing is, you see his punches and kicks coming. They're slow as shit. There's just nothing you can do to stop.
Yeah, something's going to be in the way of that punch. Doesn't matter what it is. Something's going to be in the way of it. It's going to hit.
I remember the one time he picked up Chase and dumped him. Like, slammed Chase. Chase pops back up like Batman, locks him in the clinch, starts throwing brutal knees. I think this was towards the end of the Shark Tank. And Johnny's literally smiling at Chase as he's doing this. And Chase is landing 7 shots on him. And we're just like, Jesus, this guy's the Terminator. What's happening?
Well, I just remember I went from vertical to horizontal to vertical. I mean, real fucking quick.
Real quick. Chase is like, wait a minute, I'm a Muay Thai guy. What the fuck's happening here? That shit was funny, man. But just the camaraderie of Shark Tanking. And you have to be a fighter to understand what we're talking about, people. But and I know some of you guys are watching like, what? You'd have to understand. But it is something that's brutal that happens before. The fight's easy. The fight is easy. It's probably the easiest part of all this.
There's no argument for that. For sure.
Weight cutting sucks. Shark Tanking sucks. Training for the fight sucks. The mental fuck that you have to go through sucks. Dealing with the family, dealing with bills, dealing with jobs, dealing with businesses, dealing with everything. And then when it comes down to the fight's easy. So, it's got to be tough going into these fights, right, guys, at this point?
Yeah, but I mean, it's.
I mean, the fight's easy
on my end. Like, I've been doing this for the better part of 20 years now. You know what I'm saying? I know what's going to happen. I'm not talking shit about my opponent. I'm not the shit talking kind of guy. I've faced bigger, better, stronger dudes. I'm sure he's going to be tough as shit. I've watched all his fight. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be fighting me if he wasn't fucking tough. That's not what I'm worried about. The toughest thing for me is, like you said, the existential shit. Do I feel like I'm not training enough because I have a champion's mindset, or do I feel like I'm not training enough because I am, in fact, a lazy piece of shit? And your ego will tell you so many fucking lies throughout that entire process that you have to, everyone's got a different process for it, but to dictate the internal conversation becomes the harder part of training. You know what I mean? It's the fight. I fought how many dudes? I'm not too worried about a fight. That doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? But not performing because I'm in my own head, that scares me. Those kinds of thoughts, that kind of processing. You know what I mean? You can equate it to breaking up in a if you ever really been in love, or you've been in your first serious relationship and you break up. Yeah, that sucks. No one likes to go through that. But you can tell the difference in a person who processes those emotions and goes through that and actually faces their demons and sees if, was I one of them wrong? Was I in the wrong? Was I in the right? What happened there? Going through that process of processing your emotions is a difficult part of going towards the fight. You know what I mean? I dare say 90% of fighters would agree with me on that.
We're getting deep. We're getting philosophical here, man.
Hey, man.
No, man.
I'm not just a pretty face, bro.
I like
not
that,
just a pretty face. I want to get.
Let's go. We're here.
I heard it put best, and it said, if you go into a one-on-one fight and you doubt yourself, you are outnumbered, right? So what I need to do is I need to go in there. I need to be confident, not overconfident, right? I should be confident, not cocky. I should know that everything that I'm doing leading up to this fight has got me ready, has got me prepared, and I'm just going to go out there and showcase my skills, right? If I'm sitting there and I'm battling in my own head, man, I've already lost, you know? So that's why the fight's the easy part, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's it's almost poetry. It's like writing poetry, you guys. You guys are like writing poetry right now. Let's keep some more philosophical stuff. Let's go.
Man, I'll tell you what. You talk about
here's the difference with Muay Thai compared to boxing and MMA. Muay Thai has a very spiritual background to it. So it's got to be, obviously it's very philosophical when you're fighting with the art of 8 limbs. You know, you're throwing elbows, you're throwing knees, you're throwing, you know, you're punching from different angles and kicks, brutal kicks, some of the most brutal kicks in the world. So how do you justify all
what
that?
we're doing, what I like to say, and I dare say I speak on behalf of Fergie as well, because he's been this dude for me. I've been this dude. You know, we've been there together. Everyone who really does any kind of striking knows that there is a very, very unique relationship with your pad holder, like your pad holder. You know what I'm saying? The guy that you got. And there's a connection there. In Muay Thai, that connection at a good camp will run through your entire team. So you talk about a spiritual connection. It's not so much about like the gods and, you know, praying, you know, appeasing the gods of Muay Thai or whatever, ancient traditions and whatever. I'm talking about appeasing the people who got me into the position that I'm in now. Is my coach going to be happy with me? Are my teammates going to? Am I going to do right by those people? Am I doing right by them? Because if I'm fighting my ass off, then yeah, I am doing right by them, because they sacrificed so much for me to be there. So when you talk about spiritual, when you talk about connection, that's the kind of connection that I'm fighting for, fighting with, fighting through. You know what I mean? That's the backup. We always tell our fighters at Grindstone is that, you know, you are fighting that person by yourself, but you are not fucking alone.
That's beautiful.
And that's what fighting should be.
This dude needs to write a book, Fergie. What do you think? He needs to write a book. He's an artist. He's an artist. He paints. I'd
buy it.
He plays music. I mean, he's an artist. It's beautiful.
Well, hey man, hey, I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, listen, I know I was getting ready. We kept you on long enough. I appreciate you staying long enough, my man.
I'm gonna stop taking Chase's time.
Yeah, please let us know where everybody can find you at and how they can, you know, follow you.
Yeah, so I mean, you can find me on Instagram at Death Dealer MMA. You can find me on Facebook. Feel free to give me an ad. Chase and I, like we said, will be fighting on the same card here December 3rd, next Friday. You can come up to Boston, buy some tickets, and you know, get the feel of true, authentic American Muay Thai. You know, or you can stream it on UFC Fight Pass, searching for Lion Fight 72.
That's what I'll be doing, is watching it on UFC Fight Pass, because
there you go.
I hate Boston.
Boston. Baston.
I'll
tell you what, I'm stoked to be fighting in Boston. I went to high school.
I'm not going to say nothing to Ajarn, but, you know, hey.
Yeah, I went to high school right outside of Boston, in Weymouth, Massachusetts. So I'm excited to be fighting out there. I'm excited to be fighting with you, Fergie. Double Dragon is reuniting, and I'll see you in a few days, brother.
Hey, man. Again, Matthew, thanks for coming on to the show, my brother. Thanks for being a part of us today. You've been a blessing. I hope you and your wonderful family have a happy Thanksgiving. Try not to eat too much, because you got to get down to 145 to 245 and 245. And I wish you well. And I wish you well. Sorry, the bourbon is starting to kick in. I wish you well, my man, and look forward to your fight.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Later, brother.
Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Matthew Death Dealer Ferguson, the man. We're glad to have him here. But right now, we got Chase still in the building. So, Chase, your
What's
fight's
up?
coming up. Your fight's coming up. I don't know what happened to Mike, man. He sent me a message saying that his cell phone died. Mike, you're my co-host. This is now 2 weeks in a row. Where you at,
come on,
bro?
Mike, get it together. No, who's your co-host now?
Together, man. Where you at?
I'm your co-host now. Let's get this done.
You know what? You know what? Starting from that, you know what I'm going to do going forward, my friend? actually, we've talked about it before, but now I'm actually going to have a couple. So starting in 2022, I was going to talk to you
Tell the
about it.
people.
But
Tell
since I
them.
have
Let
you
them
here
know.
now,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing live. You're my Muay Thai snob, so we're going to be discussing. I actually called you the Muay Thai snob.
Now, Cupid. I love that nickname. I'm
So what's
down
going
with
to
that.
happen is we're going to send you to Muay Thai events and shows and stuff like that, or whatever, and you're going to interview people and talk about it, and we're going to bring you on for Miami Sports Music and get your your commentary and stuff like that.
Dude, I'm
and get all your opinions. But we'll sit
super
down and
stoked.
talk. We'll hash out the numbers and stuff. Make sure everything works for everybody and get you going, man.
I'm sure it's gonna work, and I know it's gonna be a good time, man. Anything that helps bring more awareness to the sport.
Muay Thai,
Yeah, man.
So, gotta go. We'll be with the Muay Thai snob, Chase the Weapon Walden. So we'll be having that, and then I'm talking to another guy right now. He's gonna be my bare knuckle guy.
Okay.
You might know the guy.
Oh yeah, I might.
You might know.
What?
So
I got a good idea.
You got an idea of who the guy is. But we're gonna, he's gonna be my bare knuckle guy. We're gonna be talking. He's gonna be talking to guys and stuff like that. So, Fire Nice Combat Sports Podcast is gonna be blowing up in 2022, and we got some great sponsorships and stuff coming up, and I can't wait to announce it, man. I still got to sit down with Stephen D, who's my producer, and go through everything. But yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful blessing in 2022, man, and I'm really excited about it. And just to have the team that we're assembling to make this show even better is going to be great, man.
Well, it's coming together naturally, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important part about it is that the chemistry is there, and that we know each other, we get along with each other.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's about chemistry. Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely,
dude. I'm excited. So, Chase, let's talk about your fight a little bit.
What's up, man? Let's go.
So you're going into the Marine guy's making some funny comments on the comment section here. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's ridiculous. Anyway, so your fight's coming up. You're getting ready to fight this guy at 150 pounds. What are you bringing to the table? What are you most excited about when it comes to this fight? And what are you concerned about?
Excited about fucking fighting, dude. I'm excited about getting back in the ring. It's been a fucking shit show for everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. COVID has fucked everybody, man. So just to be back doing what we do, being a part of the Lion Fight show, being a part of the American movement, just to keep, to make sure things are staying on track for the growth of the sport. That's what I'm excited about. You know what I mean? It's a chance to do my job, and no person should have to try so hard to do their job or be restricted from doing such.
I agree.
Now it's, I get to go do that. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
It's going to be exciting. So you've fought in Thailand. We've had you on the show before. We discussed.
Matter of fact, 10 years ago today was my first fight in Thailand.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Happy anniversary. We'll call that the So anyway, we've talked a little bit. The last time we had you on the show, we talked a little bit about your past. You fought in Thailand, and now you're getting ready to fight again in the U.S. The differences. Let's talk a little bit about the differences. What are the differences really when it comes to these two sports and two different worlds?
Culture, man. Culture is everything. It dictates what's happening behind the scenes during the fight, everything. I'll compare my last fight in Thailand to my last Lion fight. They're both televised internationally, both pretty large scale events, both on the big show, if you will. I enjoyed Thailand. Obviously, being at the Mecca is awesome. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of lucrative. So the last time I fought in Thailand, I fought 9 days after landing and on 36 hours notice.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But that's the kind of opportunity that lies out there. I tell my guys all the time here in America that, dude, you just got to stay ready, bro. You know what I mean? I've got a plaque full of my belts and awards and all the shit that I've won over the years. And I had this conversation the other day with one of my guys. And he goes, man, I want a fucking championship belt. I want to bring one home for the boys. And I
I'm
was
going to
like,
go ahead and show everybody what we're talking about here. Hold on. There he is.
that would
Look
be
at
it.
that young guy. Look at that.
Yeah, that was a 23-year-old Chase. God,
Look at that
man,
young guy. Still tatted up, though, but he's got all that. Look at that gear, y'all.
there's a small collection going on.
A little bit.
But, you know, I pointed to, you know, those are all the ones that are on the wall and on the plaque. And I was like, how many of those fights do you think I had more than 3 weeks notice for? And he was like, really? And I was like, maybe the world championship belt. Maybe I had like a few months for that one. I had 2-3 months to get ready. But every other one of those fights, you just have to step up when somebody calls. You got to be ready.
It seems like that's like a normal thing in Muay Thai where guys just take last minute fights like it's nothing.
Yeah. And so that kind of brings me back to what I was saying about fighting in Thailand is that, like, you know, the trainers came out and they were like, hey, we have an opportunity for, you know, a main event
you
fight.
went to Thailand just to train. You didn't realize you're actually going to get
No, I went to fight. I went to fight for sure. That's always the priority. Unless I'm with a world team or I'm as a coach or something, you know, me fighting is exactly why I want to be there. But, you know, they said, hey, we need a guy at this weight. And they checked my weight and they were like, oh, you can make that. Do you want to do it? And I was like, I mean, yeah, the main event on television, international. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's roll.
Yeah, let's roll.
But those opportunities every other Wednesday, every other Tuesday, you know what I mean? That happen all the time. And you can get so much experience on a high level, but, you know, just by being in the right place at the right time. And if you're going to be, you know, the right place to be is Thailand, you know? Here in America, I like fighting. I don't want to say it's a little more special, but it's always going to be a little more of a spectacle because we have so few fights. You know what I mean? There's not an event you can go to every Wednesday night and go see professional fighters fight. That doesn't exist. It's not a thing. So whenever I do fight, it becomes a much bigger deal. People really rally behind it. Everybody wants to help as best they can, you know, especially here locally in Virginia Beach. You know, the sponsors and not just the people who sponsor me, but their entire business starts to get behind it. And everyone I'm with Dapper Street Barbershop. We just had a fundraiser, and it wasn't just my buddy who owns a barbershop.
I know you always got the most flyest hairstyles I've ever seen. And the crazy thing about it is you really should be modeling instead of out here fighting.
I have a history of doing a little bit of modeling here and there. You know, I gotta kind of keep my options open.
Hey, Gucci, if you're paying attention.
Yeah, right. I'll take anybody who's willing to talk a little bit. I'm a free agent right now. So if I want to get some shots done, we can do that. But to go back to that, it wasn't just my buddy who owns a barbershop. His whole fucking barbershop was backing me and behind me. They had just as many people come out as I had people. You know what I mean?
That's
and
awesome.
People that really invest in it. And for me, especially for them, that specific sponsor, me and that guy who owns the place, my boy Andy, we used to bartend together, and over a decade ago. And I remember the single conversation when he was like, "You know what, man? I think I'm getting out of the game. I think I'm gonna go try this barber stuff. I think I'm gonna go do my apprenticeship." And I was like, "Dude, go for it. Get out." And now, 10 years later, we're both business owners. I'm now fighting pro. He's able to sponsor me by following. You know what I mean? And it's just such a cool thing to happen. So, you know what I mean? So, you don't get that overseas. You get that in your home fucking town, and you get that from people that have seen you literally suffer for 10 fucking years chasing your dream. You know what I mean? Because that dude knows exactly what it was like for both of us to be behind the bar, fucking hating life. And don't get it twisted. We had a fucking blast. We had a hell of a lot of fun, but it has a shelf life. Oh my God. There was no more fun night than when me and Andy were behind the bar on Tuesday nights. It didn't get better. Let me tell you what. Nice. I've got some stories. But we saw each other both suffer. We saw each other both go through, man, I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I don't want to keep doing this. I need something more. Now that dude's raising a fucking daughter with another fucking kid on the way, making dope. You know what I mean? I couldn't be more proud of the guy. I'm getting off subject. I love you, Andy. Thank you for
That's
sponsoring.
fine. Hey, listen, it's your time, my friend. And we got another 15 minutes, so you're good.
Yeah, we're good. What's up? So what's next? What are we talking about next?
All right.
Where we were at. I just started rambling, dude.
No. I mean, you were talking about Andy, and I just let you do your thing. And
the differences of fighting overseas in America. Let's reel it back in here for a second.
All right.
So it's again, fighting overseas is awesome. Fighting overseas as a white dude is awesome because I stick out like a sore fucking thumb in Thailand. You know, it's.
Were you like 4 feet taller than everybody else?
All of them, dude. I got a duck under signs when I'm running down the street. You know, I'll talk about my first fight in Thailand because it's my 10-year anniversary of fighting over there for the first time. I remember I was sitting down, getting my hands wrapped up, and I was getting ready to shadow box, and I had finally taken my shirt off or whatever. Because we're outside, and it's Thailand. There's not a whole lot of like locker rooms. We're outside, and people are literally just standing around you watching. Like, oh, this guy's ready to fight. Like, I don't know if you've ever had your hands wrapped for a fight before, but it's a crucial moment, and things start getting tense, and now there's strangers watching you. You know, usually you have your own locker room. But I remember this older Thai dude was like taking pictures of me, and he was all just stoked because there was this white boy over there, and he was like, "Oh, you, my friend. Today I'm going to bet for you. I bet." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool of you, man. Like, thanks, dude. I hope you. I'm gonna try to win now harder because you're betting on me like that. I appreciate that." And then, as you know, in the friendliest way possible, he looks down, grabs my belly right here, and goes, "Yeah, but you're a little fat." And I was like, "Motherfucker." We were friends for half a second. Holy shit.
Welcome to Thailand.
Right? They're so brutally honest and so just open, you know, and he was being friendly. He wasn't being an asshole about it, you know, but I had a little bit of American, you know, a little bit on there. I'm not a Thai guy, so
yeah.
But it wouldn't happen here. That wouldn't happen in America. It doesn't go down like that, you know. So it's, you know, I remember I have memories of getting out of the ring in Thailand and, you know, people taking pictures with you, which is awesome. But there was more. There's a different glimmer in a child's eye when he's never seen someone like you before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've taken pictures with adults, all kinds, but it's usually the kids, cool. Man. It's the kids that like they really affect you. You know what I mean? I remember this one kid after a glory fight. That kid, whatever he saw that night, he saw stars. You know, his eyes were just, oh, can I have a picture? And his mom was just like, you know, it was super cool. But over there, they're like, white man, what is that? Like they've never seen a 6'3" dude whose fucking skin is white and covered in tattoos. So they're just like, look at this. Oh my God. You know, it's a whole thing for them. So that's really cool because you know they're talking about that for a long time because that's not something that they see every day.
That's awesome, Chase. So Mike, I know you just got back to us, man, but we were talking with Chase about the differences between U.S. and fighting and Muay Thai fighting. He's fought both, and he's talking about the differences, experiences between the two.
Okay.
So just to catch you up, but go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
So you know, I've fought all around the world, like you said, not just Thailand and America. A cool experience that I had. Talk about like not want to say necessarily like me being the underdog, but a person or a team being the underdog walking into enemy territory.
Tell me you dipped your hands in glass. That's the shit I want to hear.
This guy's watched way too much kickboxer.
Yeah, you've seen a movie or two.
Damn right.
We fought in Scotland, Edinburgh, Scotland in 2010. And that was pretty tight. And the opening ceremonies for the tournament, we actually made our grandiose entrance through and out of Edinburgh Castle. So like, how fucking awesome is this? You're on Team USA. You're all in your fucking warm-ups. You're just proud chest walk. You know what I mean? Like Team America, we're here to fuck shit up. You know, it's an awesome feeling. It's a lot of fun. But kickboxing is really, and not necessarily Muay Thai, but like kickboxing is really fucking big over in Scotland.
Right.
So we're, again, any opening ceremonies for anything that on the world level is cool because you got all these teams from all around the world. Everyone's got their bravado on. Everyone's feeling the same way about themselves. But mind you, we're in Scotland and we're all like enjoying. Holy shit, we're in Edinburgh Castle right now. Holy shit, look at, we're just, over the moon for everything.
Right.
And you turn this one corner and there's just a sea of white and blue because that's the colors of the Scottish flag. And anybody from like 80 all the way down to 7 years old is like, fuck you, you yank, and like they're just screaming at you. And like, and they didn't do it in like a disrespectful way. They weren't like, fuck you, go back home to America. But they were definitely like, bitch, you're in our town. And we're not trying to lose. And that was their attitude for the whole tournament. And like, I'm not kidding, like 7-year-olds like throwing punches and kicks in the air, like he's like, this kid's gonna beat me up or some shit. But like the fire in his eyes was just like, there's no way you're beating Scotland. Yeah, it was just like that was really fucking cool. That one really stuck with me. Like it was all locals, all of them just.
That's awesome. Chase.
Screaming at us.
Chase, you got a pretty cool background, man. You've been around the world. You've fought all over the world. That's gotta be pretty impressive, especially coming from Virginia, where a lot of fighters just fight locally. They don't really get a chance to travel or go see. If you have one recommendation for fighters that are coming up in Virginia or anywhere around the U.S., what would be your one recommendation about fighting overseas?
Fuck out of your don't get out of your state. Get the fuck out of your region. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
facts.
I fought all up and down the East Coast. Like, you start fighting, you fight around the state. Then you start leaving the state.
Right.
Once you start fighting for U.S. titles, national titles, there is no fucking excuse for you not to hit the international circuit.
Beautiful.
Because if you are the proclaimed number one person in the nation, or you hold a title and you are now in an area of fighter, in an area of expertise, if you will, in a class of fighter where you are at the top, well, I know somewhere you can go where you're going to be at the bottom.
Damn right.
And that's where you're going to get better. That's where you're going to learn. That's where you're going to find out what you're made out of. There's nothing in comparison with fighting at the international level. And it doesn't even matter if it's like quote unquote amateur or not, because pretty much around the world it's pro-am, because a lot of countries don't have amateurs. They get paid from the get-go.
Right.
So you could be fighting a dude on the international level who has 4 fights. Maybe he won his local tournament or his national tournament from Kazakhstan, and he only has 4 fights. But this dude from Poland you have to fight has 75 fights, and he's been fighting pro for the past 35 of those fights.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's a bad son of a bitch. And you got to remember, everybody who's fighting on the international circuit is hungry.
Yep.
You don't travel across the globe unless you fucking want something.
Yep.
So everyone there wants it just as bad, if not more than you do. So that's going to show you how bad you may or may not want it. So if you're going to attempt to grow, stop beating up dudes in your town. Stop. Don't take those fights. Find other fights. If you can't find other fights, look harder, because they're out there.
Yeah.
It's simple math.
A lot of facts. Facts on facts.
I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Hey, man, seriously, you're speaking true shit. And that's
real talk.
That's real talk. That's what we need here in VA. Y'all, listen, if you're a Virginia fighter, Florida fighter, Maryland fighter, DMV fighter, DC fighter, I don't give a shit. If you're a fighter in general and you're not listening to what this man is saying, you're missing out.
Yeah, just get out and travel a little bit. I don't know what's wrong with guys. Yeah,
true shit from experience.
It's real.
That's
respect.
People are gonna find excuses or make excuses, And shit is hard. Not everyone's gonna be able to go out there and chase the dream. Not everyone's gonna be able to go out there and become a world champion. But there is opportunity for you to not just be the best dude in your town.
Right.
You know? And if that's your goal, then cool. That's okay. But the only person who has to live with that goal and has to live with that having met that goal, which is not a very high bar, is the person who set that. So if you're cool with looking in the mirror being like, yeah, I made it to the best dude in my town, I'm done. Great, cool. That's fine. But don't dare come to me and have this kind of conversation.
Right.
You haven't earned that from me. You haven't earned that from yourself.
Right.
Respect. I like it. What do you think, Mike?
Hey, man, he's speaking nothing but facts, man. I mean, I tell guys in the gym all the time, we got to travel. We got to go. You can only be the top dog in your gym for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. If you are the top guy in your gym, you need to find another gym to be at, or at least go visit.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, I preach to the guys all the time, hey, we're going to get in the car, we're going to travel, or we're going to get guys from other gyms to come to our gym in order to make our team stronger. And I mean, it's all experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And I mean,
and then once you start beating everybody in the East Coast, like my man says, you got to get moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
There are
you gotta
fights happening literally in every country, every week of every month of every year.
There's fights happening right now as we speak.
Yeah. But you got to be willing to go
right
do
now
that.
in Thailand right now as we speak.
Yeah. I mean, again, it comes
culture,
down
bro.
to like, for a lot of his ego too. Like I won't say his name because he's a friend. He's not just a buddy. He's a friend. A young, independent Muay Thai fighter won his way all the way to the world tournament with no coach, no team, no nothing, just pure hunger, and did it in Muay Thai. And I was like, damn, bro, that fucking impresses me. I don't care who you are. You did that shit on your own without a coach. You're just that fucking hungry. Awesome. That same guy got, as an amateur still, mind you, had an opportunity to sell tickets to one of his fights here in America and make a little money off of it. And he inboxed me and was like, hey man, they're trying to hassle me on these tickets and they say I have to sell like 50, whatever it was. He was complaining about the fact that he had to do whatever it was and saying that he knows his worth and it's worth more than that. And I was like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to punch you in the mouth. Right. You have an opportunity as an amateur to learn what it's like to hustle these tickets, grow a fan base, and make some money off of this fight, all legally. And you're going to say, no, I'm not going to take this fight and do that because you know your worth. Your worth is a fuck all to anybody right now because you can't sell tickets.
That's right.
If you can't sell tickets, what are you actually worth?
Yeah. He speaks real shit. We got to keep bringing Chase on.
That's all, man. But like I told him, I lost my shit. I was like, person who I won't say because he's my friend. I lost my shit on him, and I was like, you are an arrogant little fuck. Right. And you are not being aware enough to see you have opportunity that I never fucking had. You get to learn actually how the game goes. You get a real taste of it before it actually fucking matters.
Right.
And then he was like, dude, you're right. And I was like, I'm sorry for screaming at you like that, but like, fuck you, man. You need to hear that, That's
funny. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're still boys to this day, and he's still fighting, he's still hungry, but it's he got that attitude. Yeah, absolutely did, and he took it away in the best way possible. But I know that he had that attitude, and he had that understanding in his head because he's seen, all his buddies around him who are already pros go through this. Well, motherfucker, you're not a pro yet. You ain't earned it. Right. You know what I mean? So it's kind of an ego thing, and you see everything on TV, and you see what these guys are doing, the Ultimate Fighter, and how they're hustling, and how they're trying to work their way towards it. And people just don't realize what kind of fucking awesome opportunities you have, and how much you're really not worth.
Right.
Right.
That's crazy because I literally just sent my guys a text message this week that said, "What makes you think that if you can't get your friends and family to pay $10 to be a spectator to come watch you perform at a smoker, what makes you think once you go pro, they're going to pay $50? If you can't get them to support you at $10, they're not going to buy a table or a ticket at 45 or 50.
And these are spectators, not just random people walking into a gym.
I'm like, come on, guys.
You watch people fight.
Yeah. You got to build your fan base up. I mean, you want to know what your worth is?
Hey, Mike, I was getting ready to say, I know we got that smoker coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was posting it's $10 cover charge to come in if
Yeah,
you're a
it's
spectator.
yeah. I mean,
just get ready to say that.
yeah. I mean,
because we got lights to pay. We got light bills to pay, bro.
I mean, you got some really good. I got some really good gyms coming out to the gym. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. Eventually we'll have Chase come up after his fight, and you get him to come up and hang out for a little bit.
Give him a little seminar,
yeah, man.
Absolutely, man.
We'll
We'll
bring
work something out
Chase
for
up.
sure.
Little Muay Thai
man.
seminar, little show
get some work in, man.
Spencer boxing, man. Come on over here.
Hell no, I'm taking his leg. He got to sit in a wheelchair to fight me. Fuck that shit. That dude kicks like a mule.
That motherfucker kicks you in your face.
Yeah, bro. I ain't about that.
One of you
long lived.
Yeah.
All right, Chase. Let's talk. We've talked about you internationally. We've talked about you doing this stuff. We're getting close to the end of time here. Let's talk a little bit about your fight real fast. What are you expecting out of your opponent coming into this fight?
Sean Schubert is a former MMA fighter, so we kind of know what that's going to look like. He's tough. He does a lot of very unorthodox style things. He is definitely not what you would call a traditional Muay Thai fighter. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's 5'7". I'm 6'3". There's going to be a lot of fucking pressure. You know what I mean? Right. But the look on both your faces, you guys, as coaches and fighters, kind of obviously know what I'm getting at. There is one way for him to win this fight, and that is by pushing forward, pressure. You know what I mean?
And you're expecting that already.
Yeah. Seeing his fights before, knowing his background, the kid's tough. He will walk forward. He will try to pressure. Angle, footwork, get out of the way, keep him at distance. You know what I mean? That it's really a Muay Thai 101, fighting 101 kind of fight. We'll just see what he has to offer. You know what I mean? It's not something
that is. Am I going to see a teep to the face? That's all I need to know.
Oh, Angel, you're always going to see a teep in the face when you watch me fight, bud. That's just the way it goes.
I know.
That's Chase Walden University, homie.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm always looking to do some Chase Walden signature moves. I don't hide it. I like to spin. I'm good at it. I like to teep in the face. I'm good at it. I like to elbow. I'm good at it. I don't care if you know those things are coming because I'm confident enough now. I'm still going to hit you with them even after I told you about it.
That's real shit right there. And if you guys haven't watched Chase the Weapon Walden fight, you need to tune into Lion Fights, yo. It's gonna be
please
on
download UFC Fight Pass. Use promo code Walden. If you want to buy tickets, you can always do that. You can always use. Some people do it, some people don't. They can't make it. Sometimes they will still buy a ticket because that does go towards my paycheck. If you have the opportunity to download UFC Fight Pass, the entire Lion Fight catalog is on there. That is from Lion Fight 1 all the way to 72, the most prestigious level of Muay Thai in America. So please, it is worth the $15 a month to see the action. Not only that, to have access to all the action that Lion Fight has to offer for the past 71 events, coming to 172 now.
Yeah, and
so please do that.
And if you don't have UFC Fight Pass, you're missing out. You can also get the UFC stuff. You get all the local, regional, top MMA shows, and you also get Lion Fight. And I'm telling you, hold on for 1 second, folks. I got to mute my man Mike stuff. But and I'm telling you, folks, you got to get I can't hear you. You saying something, I can't hear you. Yeah. You got to get you got to get to watch Lion Fights because you're going to watch my man Chase. If you haven't seen Chase fight, it is art form for Muay Thai. I'm telling you, the guy's a traditionalist. He's smooth with it. For a long, rangy guy, he's quick. So you got to. It's actually really good to watch the guy fight, and I'm really excited for your fight, Chase. So I'm telling everybody, please go again on UFC Fight Pass. Go on and get.
Download the app. Use promo code Walden, WALDEN.
Promo code Walden. That's what you guys are doing.
Now you're the
promo code Walden. Let's go.
Now you're the A side on this fight, correct?
Say it again.
You're the A side on this fight, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, thank you, Jesus, because I'm watching video right now. I'm not trying to disrespect my man or nothing, but man, he's got a big mountain to climb.
Bro. So I'll put it to you this way. there is a way that we expect this fight to go.
I
Yes,
know who
sir.
I'm putting my money on. That's all I'm saying.
However, I will never, even though I
Underestimate.
can see
Yes,
from
sir.
I can see from your face
Yes.
that you're watching the videos that I've watched.
Yes.
Anybody who's willing to step in the ring against me obviously has to be a tough guy.
I respect
So
that.
I'm not gonna let that slide. You know what I
No.
mean? But I'm going to play my game.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to make him play my game.
Yeah.
We are playing my game. And then that's gonna go the way it's supposed to go.
I like this guy, man.
I like him, man. You gotta love
Yeah.
Chase. Chase, we're short on time, my man. I know we gotta let you go, unfortunately. But listen, thank you, my brother. Thank you,
Dude. I was always excited to be on the podcast with you guys. I'm excited about my future with the Miami Sports Podcast. I can't wait to be doing more stuff with y'all. Please, if you guys do anything, download UFC Fight Pass, promo code Walden, support the sport that we are trying to grow. There's a reason that we are now on UFC Fight Pass and globally televised through that, because we are a big deal. This is the most prestigious event that is in America right now. So if there is one to be watching, it is this one. So make sure you guys support the sport. You download the app, promo code Walden. Make sure you guys check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Grindstone Athletics, Chase the Weapon Walden. Make sure you guys follow my guys here at the Miami Sports Podcast. Make sure you're checking out Freedom MMA, Grindstone Muay Thai, and Winchester Boxing. And we'll get with you guys soon enough.
Hey,
my man.
Chase, we thank you, brother. I hope you have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving. We wish you all the blessings in the world for your upcoming fight, my brother. I know you're going to shine and do well. Again, people, use promo code Walden. Support this man. You're going to want to see excellent striking and Muay Thai kickboxing in the U.S. This is your chance. Tune in. You see the man right here. He speaks the truth. He is a Miami sports music guy. We're glad to have him here, man. Chase, I salute you, brother. Peace.
I love you guys.
Man.
We'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you again for having me on.
My brother. Peace,
Holla
man.
back.
Peace.
Be good.
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chase the Weapon Walden. Always a special guest on this show. Love having the guy. Mike, that was the longest bathroom break you've ever taken, my G.
Listen, man. I told you, you see my eyes, man. I'm a little under the weather, man.
A little under the weather?
Yeah, man. A little under the weather, man. I haven't been feeling good for like 2 days, man. I'm about to
smoke myself under the weather here in a second, too.
Wow.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we don't keep nothing. We keep it real on this show.
1,000.
So, Mike, my dude.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, my brother.
Same to you, my guy.
I wish you all the blessings in the world, my man.
Yeah.
We got a big hey, listen, if you're a fighter and you want to come to train at the Smoker on Saturday, the Smoker be there by 11 a.m.
11:30.
12:30 sharp.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be rolling. So it's gonna be some great fights.
Parking is going to be kind of scarce because they got a lot of stuff going on downstairs. But find yourself a good parking spot. Come upstairs, second floor, Winchester Sportsplex.
Winchester Boxing and Fitness.
Yeah.
If you're a coach watching this show right now, send us your fighters ASAP, so we can get them locked in.
Some work in.
You know what I'm saying? So we can get them some work. Anyway, hold on, Mike. You got some support here.
I got some support.
Yeah,
I got some support.
Yeah, feel better, Mike.
Oh, thank you, young lady. Thank you so much. I'm hoping I can dig out of this. It's just my sinuses, man. That's all.
Yeah, it's the sinuses, all right.
Yeah. You know,
it's called that sticky icky sinuses.
Yeah, I'll be all right, man. I'll be all right.
You'll be all right. Anyway, my guy, love you, bro.
Yeah, love you too, dog.
Hey, I'll see you this weekend.
Yes, sir.
And many blessings to you and your family on your Thanksgiving.
Amen.
Day.
Yep,
Anything
same to you, bro.
You want to give to anybody, man? Anything you want to give to anybody real quick?
Man, everybody be safe this weekend, man. This is like the biggest drinking day of the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all be safe out. Be safe out there in your vehicles. I mean, be safe out there, man. Man, I'm going to the gym tomorrow to sweat this cold out. This is killing me.
You know what? I'll meet you at the gym tomorrow. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Don't be talking that shit.
Tomorrow.
Yo, bro.
I'll meet you at the gym tomorrow morning.
Listen, my first appointment's at 7.
I'll meet you there at 9.
Do 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah, do 9:30.
Perfect. 9:30. I'll meet you there at 9:30.
All right, now
tomorrow,
remember you said that's bullshit.
Hey, it's on live. It's live right now.
Yeah. So have a good night.
Have a good night, y'all.
Holla.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Y'all stay blessed. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys all. And for the Miami Dolphin fans that are watching, fins up, baby. 3 in a row. Tune in to Clock Blockers. 3 in a row. Let's fucking go. Peace out. God bless. Good night.